This video will contain spoilers to Godzilla vs. Kirito and his multiversal waifu squad plus Klein short story, which was written by Reki Kawahara and can be found at the link below. No, seriously, I actually put a link in the description if you don't believe me. In this video, I'd like to go over a theory I came up with after watching a video of a doctor performing surgery on a grape. If this theory is true, it will flip SAO canon on its head so bad that it does a backflip straight into a fiery volcano, and then the ashes will still keep on flipping until it hits escape velocity and then flips into outer space. What's this theory? Well, let me get into this, because Seiichiro Kikouka is a Zorgon from the movie Zathura who infiltrated the government in an effort to set the world ablaze. While you might think this is crazy and that I'm a crazy person or something, SAO has a history of pulling even dumber twists than this. Who can forget about the time when Kirito's newest harem member Freya turned out to be a tranny that turned into Thor? Or what about the time when the main villain of the SAO arc literally forgot why he decided to murder 4,000 people? Or did he? But that will be a topic for another video.
What exactly were your plans?
You know, it's funny. I don't even remember anymore.
Are you fucking serious?
While this theory sounds crazy, I assure you it is absolutely true, and the key piece of evidence to this theory, get this, is Sinon's butt. Let's get into this. Evidence number 1. Have you guys ever seen Kikouka and a lizard in the same room at the same time? I looked throughout the series and the answer is no, and do you want to know why that's the case? Because Kikouka is a lizard person! Now, I can already see you typing, but Ralph, there are no lizards in SAO, so wouldn't that mean that everybody is a lizard person? And interesting point, but that's actually not true. There are lizards in SAO. In Season 2, Episode 11, at timecode 550, we see a blue lizard and Sinon's butt in the same shot for an extended period of time. You might think that the reason that the anime puts so much focus on Sinon's butt is because A1 thinks that shoving an underage girl's butt in your face for 23 straight minutes is considered plot progression, or because episode 11 is an exposition dump and they want to give us something nice to look at, but there's actually a hidden meaning behind it. Let's analyze the scene. At timecode 550, the show shows us Sinon's butt alongside a blue lizard which is walking to the right. The focus on the lizard and the butt are meant to show us that these two aspects are what we should be focusing on. Meanwhile, the lizard is moving to the right in order to indicate that we are on the right track by considering this idea. Later on, at timecode 645, we get a really nice full screen shot of her butt before transitioning back to the lizard, who is shown to have two tails. The full screen shot of the butt is meant to indicate to us, the viewer, that we need to focus on the character's butt, while the fact that the lizard has two tails meaning that we're looking for a character who has a tail on their butt. Looking at the rest of the episode, who's the one character in the episode who has no clear shot of its butt? That's right, it's Kikouka. Well, and Klein, but Klein is so useless that even if he is a lizard person, then it wouldn't matter anyways. In fact, at timestamp 1352, we actually see this, which is pretty impressive evidence if I do say so myself. Evidence number 2. In Season 2, Episode 1, the anime goes out of its way in order to hide Kikouka's face from the camera. Why, you might ask? The reason is actually really simple. Lizards are cold-blooded, and while filming a TV show or movie, the cameras could get hot enough that they have to cool down the entire room so that way they don't overheat. This means that it makes it much harder for lizardmen to maintain their shape-shifting powers, so their faces revert to normal. Because of this, the director chose to shoot at an angle that doesn't show his face in order to hide the truth from us. In addition to this, Sinon's butt doesn't make a single appearance in this entire episode, adding further credibility to my claim. Lastly, there's my final and most crucial piece of evidence. We do get a single shot of Kikouka's face at one point in Season 2, Episode 1. Here it is on screen. Notice anything strange? Firstly, we can't see his eyes. It's well known that while lizardmen have difficulty retaining their shape-shifting powers in the cold, they can do it for short periods of time. However, they can't conceal their eyes. I don't know about you, but I can't see his eyes right there. There's also something else though, something so major that it proves just about everything. Look at his face. Closer, closer. There you go. Notice something? Or shall I say, the lack of something? There's not a single triangle on his entire face. How does this prove anything, you might ask? Well, let me tell you. He's trying to cover up the fact that he's part of the Illuminati. He was so careful to remove any signs of triangles on his face to make sure that we can't prove that he's secretly member 666 of the Illuminati. However, the fact that there are 0 triangles on his entire face is suspicious in and of itself and proves that. How about this? I'm not done there. There's also one more important thing I need to bring up. Who else do we know that's confirmed to be a lizard person? That's right, Mark Zuckerberg. If Kikouka is a lizard person, and Mark Zuckerberg is a lizard person, then does that mean that Kikouka is really Mark Zuckerberg? Let's go over the evidence. First, have you ever seen Kikouka and Mark Zuckerberg in the same room at the same time? Exactly. Second, they look exactly the same, as you can see by the side-by-side comparison on screen. Third, there's the fact that Mark Zuckerberg went on record saying, quote, "I am not a lizard." However, that's exactly what a lizard would say. Only a lizard would say that they're not a lizard. Fourth, there's the fact that both of them are incredibly suspicious and evil. And as we all know, every villain is Lemon, otherwise known as evil. Lastly, according to humble water purifier and vitamin salesman Alex Jones,
this is their plan, people. These are demons. Just like the Bible says, it's basically an intergalactic invasion into this space through people. I'm telling you, it's what all the ancients said. It's what they warned of. It's what we're dealing with. They're demons. They're frickin' interdimensional invaders, okay? I'll just say it. Make fun of me all you want on CNN or wherever, but everyone already innately knows this. These people are not frickin' humans, okay?
The question then becomes, how do we stop them? Because if these people take over your mind, if these alien psycho lizard golem people take over our minds, then we're done as a species. Because you don't want them to take over your mind. You don't want them knowing what kind of weird hentai you're into. You totally don't want that. So what you need to do is you need to prevent them from being able to take over your mind. So firstly, the first step you could take to do that is to go to patreon.com/rcram100, and you need to click the Become a Patron button. Within a scientific test done by the Atlantean Institute of Fake Science, they discovered that donating $1 or more per month is guaranteed to prevent people like Kikouka and all other lizard people from being able to overwrite our floodlights. The floodlight, as you guys know, is the human soul, and because of that, it would prevent people like Kikouka, like Mark Zuckerberg, who is one and the same, like Hillary Clinton, and like Bernie Sanders, and Donald Trump, and George Clooney, and all these people from being able to override our floodlights. Alternatively, you could also choose, if you don't want to do that, to go to youtube.com/user/rcram100 and click the subscribe button. However, there's a risk involved with this one, because with this, there's only a 99% chance of being able to protect yourself. So I hope you're prepared for the potential risks if you decide to go with this. And I'd rather you guys opt for the first option, obviously, because I want to protect you guys. I totally just don't want to get money. Anyways, lastly, there's the old-fashioned tinfoil hat. Tinfoil is well known and is guaranteed and confirmed and done by scientific tests by humble water purifier Alex Jones to prevent all these kinds of crazy things from being able to hurt you. So this thing, best part about it is that it fits right under your nerve gear, so if you want to play some VR games, then you could go right ahead. You can still play, and as everyone knows, it protects you from dangerous microwave radiation. So if you put tinfoil in the microwave, then you're 100% safe. As everybody knows, putting metal in any kind of microwave is absolutely 100% safe and will not burn your house down. So if you try to put it on your head, if you try to put it right over your head and then put the nerve gear on top of that, then you totally will not die. So yeah, there's that. Anyways, stay safe, people.